Do you like trying new things in analog photography and life in general? Well, if so, then I have just the product for you. Introducing the paper pinhole camera. Paper pinhole camera. Well, it is a pinhole camera and it's made out of paper. It was designed by Jaroslav Jurica, who also goes by the nickname Hubero Kororo. And this is the version 2.1. It's a very small device, and let's take it apart. So you open the back. Let's take a look at the parts of the camera. So in order to take pictures with the camera, you're gonna need an empty film cassette and a new one. So you're gonna want to take apart the empty one, and so that you can put the film inside of it and tape it. Then put the cassette back together, and on top of it comes this part that you have to cut out from the paper. Now with this done and the camera body ready, you'll put the film inside like so. Next thing is the black box that will keep the film straight. Then you want to close the camera. I actually put some tape around it so it doesn't open involuntarily. I also use the tape around all the edges where the glue is supposed to be used, just in case the glue comes off. And the last part is the advance lever. Don't pay attention to this one, it's unusable already. But you put it on top here, and your camera is ready to shoot. This is the shutter mechanism. You just put this up and down. If you want to measure the exposure, you're gonna need an app on your phone, dedicated light meter, or a digital camera, and then measure your exposure for f/22 with the ISO that your film has. And the value that you get is up here in the upper row and corresponds with the value down here. So let's say I get an exposure time of 1/15 of a second here. That corresponds to 2 seconds for this camera. So I'm gonna open the shutter for 1-2 seconds. Well, good luck with opening the shutter for something like 1/15 or 1/30 of a second. But as I found out, the problem is not to keep the shutter open for the least amount of time, but to actually get enough light on the film. As you can see on my results. I was kind of disappointed with the results, but I can ascribe that to my developing technique, which is far from perfect. And I don't think I'll shoot anymore with this camera, but it certainly was a fun experience, and I encourage you to try it as well. I've actually seen some nice pictures taken with the camera online, so it is possible. It's just that I wasn't able to do it. And one of the problems that I had with the camera was to keep it steady while the shutter was being open for a couple of seconds or even minutes. And you could probably solve this by putting some rubber bands around it and putting it on a tripod. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to come up with that idea while I was shooting. The exposure method is not perfect, so just take it as a sort of a guidance. I've tried several different exposure times, from very short ones to very long ones, like 4 minutes, and still I didn't feel like I quite nailed it. Also, the sharpness is nothing like a proper lens, so don't think you'll take any portraits with it. I think the sharpest I got was when I took a picture of a doll on the table, which was probably like 1 meter from the lens. So don't expect to make any works of art with it, but you should try it anyway. It's actually a fun little experiment. As I've said, the email is in the description, so just shoot an email to Jaroslav Jurica, and in return he'll send you the PDF with the instructions. And I believe that's all from me today. Signing out.